Welcome in the arena. My name's Allyson Klein. We're coming to you from OCP Summit in San Jose, California, and it's a Data Insights episode, which means I'm with Jeniece Wnorowski. Welcome, Jeniece. How are you doing?
Thank you, Allyson. Thanks for having me.
It's day 2 of recording at OCP Summit, and it's been a wild ride. I am really excited for the guests that you brought with you today. Tell me who we've got with us and what the topic is for today.
Yes, I am always excited to get to sit down with Mr. Chen.
Oh, thank you so much. You're too kind.
Oh, no. So today we're going to be speaking with Chen Li from Gigabyte and talking about all things AI infrastructure. And Gigabyte comes up a lot with a lot of our partners and customers. It is a preferred solution, preferred platform, and we're just excited to kind of unpack it a little bit and talk about the innovation you guys are trailblazing.
Okay. Yes.
So Chen, it's been a while since you've been on. I think we talked last year at OCP Summit, and Giga computing has evolved dramatically.
We have.
Can you walk us through that transformation and how the company appears in the market today?
So Mr. Ye have decided to create a networking division, and that division grew to what it is. That is Giga computing today. I've been with the company 19 years, and I have been seeing growth every year, but nothing like what I've seen the past 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah.
The growth is phenomenal. Of course, thanks to AI, right? Yeah. And we have to thank a big thanks to OpenAI to even opening that floodgate.
Yeah.
And now everybody's in the game, and although it's exciting, but it's also very tough business now.
Yeah.
So you're right. It's all things are moving at a blistering rate, right?
It is so fast. Sometimes it's scary.
Very scary.
Yeah.
So how do you mitigate this with your customers? How do you help them thrive in this market?
So what we do is that we try to provide our customer with the best possible service and then the delivery, and let the customer know that we not only want to deliver the product to the customer, we want to make sure that after service and technical support and so on and so forth are all there, right? If something goes wrong, we are there to mitigate the issues. We don't want to leave anybody standing. And to help the customer grow even further, now we have built up assembly areas, around the world, right? Here in the U.S., we are 100,000 square foot integration center coming in. We can do DLC, immersion, air cool.
Wow.
And then we have a facility in Malaysia, which Southeast Asia are a growing market right now. So we're putting in a facility in Southeast Asia, and we're building up in Abu Dhabi as well. And then, of course, in Europe, and also in Asia, right? So we have Taiwan and China as another strategic point.
I remember from last interview that you talked about the fact that you've been playing with the hyperscalers from the beginning.
Right.
And, one of the things that I saw at OCP Dublin that I was really impressed with was your Gigapod and GPM solutions. Can you walk us through that in terms of how they help folks deploy at scale?
Yeah, so Gigapod is more of a modular and it's flexible, right? We're not locked down to a certain particular brand. So if a customer wants A brand or M brand or any of these type of a server, we can supply them with it. And with that, we have our GPM, the Gigapod management, and that will bring a lot of management, a lot of the serviceability to the rack, making the deployment a lot easier, right? What we want to do is that make the customer feel comfortable when we roll the rack in. And they don't have to worry about doing this or that. We are there to help the customer, right? And to get the system onto their premise, and get it running.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, we're hearing a lot about liquid cooling, right? It's a hot topic, no pun intended.
Yes.
Right? But what is Giga doing around liquid cooled solutions?
We do have a lot of liquid cooling, right?
Yeah.
So like I was just saying that we have a facility in the US here. We're building the DLC, immersion, and so on and so forth. And what we're doing for cooling, one thing, it involves green, right? We want to make sure that we sustain the earth for everybody that's come after us.
Yeah.
But most importantly is that in order for all these high power system to run optimally, we have to make sure that it's cooled to an optimum level where it can perform.
Right.
So we are focused heavily on DLC and also immersion. We are building servers that are 95% covered. So
That's incredible.
literally, your CPU, your GPU, your memory, hard drive, everything is covered because that way we literally eliminate all the fans, right? And that's a pretty heavy source power draw, right? So we go to liquid cooling. One, perform and provide a better cooling solution. Two, it will help eliminate some of this high power usage. Now we're looking at this GPU at 600, 800 watt, right? And just one. Now you got 8 of those in there, plus the CPU, the memories, and so on and so forth. Holy cow. Can you imagine how much one rack is running? And now if you have these hyperscaler, they're buying thousands of rack. So another thing that might be interesting to look into, and we're also studying to cooperate with possibly nuclear, right, in order to provide that. But we're not doing it. We're not doing any of that.
Like, wow, Chen, that's a big statement.
We're studying the possibility how to work with these type of company.
You do all of this for your customers, and I think that one question that I had for you is these Gigapod solutions. Can you give us some examples of how your customers have benefited from either driving more compute density or operational efficiency? What really stands out to you when it comes to customer success?
I think the biggest success that we do is on technology front. We have talked to many customers, and then they have always said that the Gigabyte had the technology know-how to deliver what they need. Not only we deliver a turnkey, a cookie cutter rack, we can deliver customized rack, customized to the customer's particular needs, right? Because sometimes when you buy a rack from a certain someone, it is built exactly this way. There's no change, no nothing, no going about it. But we're trying to make sure that the customer can get the type of a performance and the budget that it needs in order for them to be more efficient and in order to make money. Right? We're all here to do one thing: make more money.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, always.
And we'll try to help the customer make more money.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking about making more money, you're also very big on making things more efficient, right, and sustainability. So tell us a little bit about your B343 facility, which is manufactured, made up of like recycled materials. It's very energy efficient. Can you comment on?
Some of that stuff is still in the works, but we are trying to recycle a lot of the stuff that we consider waste in the past. Right? We can reuse a lot of components, a lot of the maybe sheet metal, cabling, all that stuff. We try to make sure that we are eliminating waste and we are able to take what we waste and maybe reuse them. I mean, because resource for us on this earth are limited.
Yeah.
And we really need to, make sure that we provide something for our future. So green is important to us, and making it efficient also eliminate any waste.
I would assume it has some cost advantages too to bring some of that stuff into it secondly. Is that true?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because yes, we're now eliminating waste and we're bringing it back in, but now we also have a lot of manpower to sort it out and figure all that stuff out.
Yeah.
So it really is. Yes, it does help a little bit as far as cost is concerned, but mostly is that we're answering the call for Earth, right? We try to make sure that we provide something, like I said, for the future.
Now let's look ahead for a second.
Okay.
I know that 2025 has been an amazing year for you.
Yes.
But when you think about what customers need, it's never enough.
No,
so what are you doing with your rack scale roadmap to deliver new capabilities to your customers?
So today we have ability to deliver racks, but one thing is important is that training is where all the money's at right now. But inferencing is the future.
Yeah.
Because building racks to be able to fulfill inferencing business is becoming more and more prevalent to us.
Yeah.
We do see that with inferencing, we're opening up even more market, even more opportunities, right? Instead of being locked down to a certain model, now we can expand that and find even more opportunity and capability to support not just, IT field, right? Now we have medical, finance, oil and gas, even military, government, education, it could all use what AI is bringing to us. I mean, we're on the cusp of a revolution it's unseen. I mean, okay, 1800 we have the industrial revolution. It changed us human.
Yeah.
This AI revolution, it's gonna blow away the industrial revolution. I mean, our human life will change forever because of this.
I agree.
But we have to be careful the road that we go down. And then, that being said, I think our focus on AI, or focus on providing the solution, the modularity for our customer to be able to provide a better service to mankind, I think that's most important.
So yeah, just to switch gears a little bit too, Chen.
I'm sorry, I've gone off course.
I love it. We could talk to you all day and go all kinds of places. But how does your investment in the U.S. assembly, right, reflect kind of a broader regional support, and how does that support the supply chain AI era?
Having a facility locally, it gives us the capability to provide our customer with better lead time. Right, so if there's uptick in sales and so on and so forth, our facility is there to build, to provide the customer. Not only doing that, we're now looking at SKD, so we can have Assemble America servers, right? We are bringing the facility into US, so instead of shipping entire rack from Asia to the US, shaking around on a boat or even flying on a plane, it cut down more carbon footprint.
Sure.
2, it cut down some of the shipping costs. And 3, we actually can do better assembly, better testing locally, because we don't have to worry about all that shaking movement as it comes into the port. So a local facility, it's paramount to any, not just us. I mean, I don't care, my competitor. I mean, it needs to be done. Otherwise, we won't be able to provide the service we need to the customer that requires it.
I love that. And I'm a huge fan of Giga computing. I'm so glad that we spent some time with you today.
Thank you.
For those of the folks who are listening in, where will you send them more to learn about Giga solutions and engage with your team?
So www.gigabyte.com will take you to the Giga computing website. And right there are, email links and phone numbers and so on so forth. You can reach out, and of course, if you're on LinkedIn, look me up, Chen Li. I'm always there to serve.
Awesome. Chen, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. And
my pleasure.
Thank you so much. And Jeniece, that wraps another episode of Data Insights. Thank you so much for the partnership.
Thank you so much for having us, and thanks for the energy.
Thank you for both of you.